Alright, well you clicked on this video for a reason, so we'll just get right into it. First thing I'm going to show you is that we got zero recoil and we do not have to reload once this gets going. This starts off using our hunter skill, and it procced. We now have zero recoil. That quickly. Not having to touch anything, it's just sitting there, aiming straight. Now we're about to run out of ammo. I used the mod just now. It reloaded the ammo. That's a hidden ability of 2 of these mods that we have. Also, with the lightning overload mod, it increases our fire rate. So now we're just putting out more damage, still with zero recoil. Almost out of ammo? Use our gunslinger skill. Switch guns, automatically reloads. You'll also notice that it doesn't seem like it's using ammo at the correct rate. That is because of the mutator that we have on this gun. It can put ammo back into the magazine that we're currently firing out of. We've now been firing for about over a minute, and we still have yet to reload. We just lost our zero recoil buff, but it will come back. Now you might be thinking, oh, our skills are not off cooldown, we don't have the mod. And this is where the relic comes in handy. Pop a relic, heal yourself, it reloads for you. The other benefit of using the relic is that we get an increased damage boost by 15%. And now our skills are back up, our mod is back up, so we can use either one of these when it comes time to reload again. And now we have zero recoil again. Just rinse and repeat this process, and you can keep shooting indefinitely until you run out of your reserve ammo. But I think you get the point. So now we'll see if this build is actually viable during a boss fight. Everything always works great in the shooting range, but it's a little bit different out in the field. So we're in the Great Bowl, we're going to be fighting the Corruptor. First thing I do is use the Enigma to slow down the Guardian. And from this point on, it's just put some lead downfield. Use the mod, take out the Guardian. Statue ate most of those. Use the hunter skill, or the gunslinger skill. Reload that way. Just keep going. And that's it. Mind you, this was on veteran, so we're not doing this in apocalypse. I'm sure that'd be a lot different, but it's still very good for taking out bosses. Alright, and now for the actual build. So for our primary archetype, we are going with hunter. We go with hunter because this gives us dead to rights. Dead to rights, every time we deal 55 base damage with our ranged weapon, will extend our active hunter skill by 3.5 seconds. This can go past the initial time of the skill. The skill we are using is Hunter's Focus. We went with Hunter's Focus because it reduces weapon spread, recoil, and sway by 75%, and grants increased weak spot damage, as well as crit chance. And you'll notice that Focus State can last up to 10 seconds after the skill duration expires. That is on top of the Dead to Rights. For the perks on Hunter, we have Deadeye, which is basically just a damage increase, Return to Sender, which will help us with ammo when we're taking out normal mobs, Urgency, if you ever do have to reload, makes it faster, and Intuition. Using a relic will extend the duration of your active hunter skill by 10 seconds, so you can extend it or longer. That is one of the benefits of using relics in this rotation. And on to the gunslinger side, or our second archetype. We're going with the Sidewinder skill. This is very important here. This is one of the main ways that we'll be reloading. It increases your aim down sight movement speed and your swap speed by 50%. But the big takeaway on this one is cycling weapons will automatically reload your incoming firearms. So you can swap to your secondary and back to your primary, and you won't have to reload. Very little downtime. For the perks, Swift Shot is pretty much just a damage buff all the way down. Posse Up, increased ammo when you're fighting normal mobs. Quick Hands is great if you ever do have to reload. This gives you an increased reload speed. And for the last one, Sleight of Hand. This is another perk to using our relics in this rotation. Using a relic will reload your equipped firearm and increase its damage by 15% for 10 seconds. The Ankh of Power. I go with the Ankh just because it is a flat damage boost all the way around. There's probably some other amulets that you can use that if you want to increase your skill cooldown or maybe your mod power generation, but the Ankh gives you 15% increase to all damage. And here's the third perk of using the relic. You get another 15% for 15 seconds after using a relic. That is 30% increased damage bonus just from using our relic in this rotation. The constant variable ring is a necessity for this. Increase our range damage by 20% based on the current overheat value. So the overheat value is going to happen a lot with the LMG. And the microcompressor reduces heat generation per round when firing weapons that overheat by 30%. And it also decreases the time it takes for it to cool back down, so you can keep firing with shorter cooldown periods in between. The focusing shard, I went with this one because it reduces the recoil and the spread by 35% just from the beginning, and that just helps us overall with maintaining control of our firearm. And for the last ring, there are a few options you have here. Sapphire Dreamstone to reduce your cooldown every time you get a crit. Probability Cord increases your damage on crits by 30%. Or the Stone of Expanse is just a flat damage boost to your range by 12%. You can kind of mess around with this one, pick what you like. I usually go with the Probability Cord, but I was trying the Sapphire Ring. And now for the gun. We are going with the Bone Saw. It is upgraded to level 20. It doesn't take much to do that. Really just need to farm up a lot of scrap and materials, but this is a gun that you can get from the very beginning of the game as soon as you get toward 13. For the mod, I have Overflow on here. Every time we use Overflow, it increases your fire rate. It also increases your reload speed. You can use Overflow or Hot Shot. The reason you want to use one of these two, though, is that there is a hidden perk that is not in the description. When using it, you will reload your gun. It automatically reloads it for you, which is great when you have a 150 round magazine that takes forever to reload. And for the last bit, this mutator is very important. On hit, grants a chance to return spent ammo directly into the magazine of this weapon. Not into the reserve, but into the magazine so it can continue to fire. Max level, it'll be up to 30%. And it will also give you an increased fire rate up to 10 seconds if I can get this to max level. It'll happen eventually, but even without that, it is still putting out massive DPS. Now for the relic, these things are just kind of, you can mess around with whatever you want. This is what I went with just to try to maximize my recoil control. And now for the traits. Ammo reserves and long shot come with the hunter and gunslinger already, so those will be maxed out. I go with spirit for mod power generation, expertise for skill cooldown. Handling is very important. Reduces your weapon spread and recoil by 40% at level 10. That is where a major part of this recoil control is coming from. The last one I'm going with right now is just footwork, so I can move around a little bit more while aiming down sights. So everything in this build is very easy to get. You don't need anything special. You don't have to find some great secrets. All this stuff is very doable for the average person. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you found something useful out of it. If you did, please show your support by liking, subscribing, or leaving a comment down below if it worked for you, what you think I should change, or what you might change, or another build I should try out. And until next time, guys, happy hunting, and remember, raise the gun.